I know there hasn't been an update in over 2 weeks, and I am myself a little bit disappointed with that. While I have a good reason for it, being that it was Christmas time, and I come from a very German family, so we celebrate Christmas a lot. We celebrated twice with the family and visited family members and needed a lot of time for preparation, and also family from far away visited, so I didn't have enough time for everything I wanted to do. I'm still disappointed. I didn't work on the project as much as I wanted to, which disappoints me. And because of that, I didn't have enough stuff to show in update video, which means I didn't work on update video either. So that disappointed me as well. But overall, I think there was no other option. As I said, I really didn't have enough time for everything I wanted to do. So if I'm not extremely lazy, this video should go up on the last day of 2022, which I think is a good way to cap off the year with a final video to show you where I leave the year and go to the next year. So this is the first and last update video of this year. Since Christmas, it has all calmed down a bit, so I had a bit more time to work on the project, but not a lot, so don't expect too much. So, first things first, the video. I've thought a lot about that because I think the goal that I set for myself is way too high. I cannot complete the video according to the original plan in the amount of time that I have for it. But I still want to try because I was really excited about the way I planned it. If you don't remember, I planned it kind of like 5-part format. We would have a little intro in the real world, that would be this part. Then the Arceus cutscene from Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver would be this part. Then there's a middle part, which is the important part, which is basically jokes about the new Pokemon games, where I green screen myself into the world. Then we have the Arceus cutscene from Legends Arceus, which would be this part, and then a short outro in the real world. I'm almost done with this part. Now, this is not completely done, I will show you later, but almost. This part and this part are really easy. So I basically just need to write the script for them, and then they should just work. This part in the middle is a little bit harder, but it's also not too hard. So I will definitely be able to complete this part, which is good because it's the important part, which the whole idea is built upon. The one critical part is this. I knew going in that these two parts would be the hard ones, so I completed this one first because it was my original idea before I changed the idea to this structure. Yeah, and now I'm stuck with this. I know I can complete this, this, and this, and I think it would work with just those 4 parts. This would be really nice if I could complete it, but if I can't, this will be the first part I will cut. Now that I have explained this to you, I will show you how far I am and what I have to do. what you have just seen is my progress on recreating the Arceus cutscene, the one from Heart Gold Soul Silver. This is how it looks like in Premiere. I would say it looks pretty good already. I haven't recreated this part yet, the first circle thingies. I will do that very soon. And there are a few small things I want to change. For example, the Arceus 3D model here I used. I want to maybe change, because it's kind of weird having him just stare at you. But at the same time, I also really like it. I think with the black background it looks weird. With the pictures it looks good. So I also maybe want to keep it, maybe want to change it, I don't know yet. Then I want to change a few pictures. I want to change this picture because you can't really see the forest. I want to change this picture because it's like cut at the at the edges. This one. I also want to change this one. Yeah, in this picture you just can't really see what's going on. You can't see the skyline, you can't see the center of the rotating stars. Change those 3 pictures, maybe change the Arceus model and do the start, the circle thingies, and also the cracking of the egg is also something I have to do, but maybe I don't, because that is how the original cutscene ended. But I think for what I want to do, it would be fine if it ended just here. Because the original cutscene was about an egg coming into the world, which my version wouldn't be about. So I don't think I need the egg part. So I think I will just end it here. Yeah, and that's how far I've come with that. Next, I want to finish this and then work on the scripts for the beginning and the end, so the real life parts. Because if I do these next, I will have great sense of accomplishment without really doing much, and I will have a good framework for the rest of the video and know about how long it will be and stuff like this. So that's all about the video. Now about the game. As I said, I didn't have a lot of time, and I wanted to work on big gameplay features and stuff, but these would have taken a lot of time, and I hate it when I work on big features to break them up into smaller parts. I just want them to be done at once, like in one session, which is then a really long session, but I want to complete them fast, so I didn't work on that. Instead, I pivoted to fixing bugs and adding smaller features. If you remember, our game is about a character. This is a metal box, and he can use magnet powers to either pull metal objects towards him or push them away. This is the basic concept. One of the bugs I fixed is when the player is looking at in that direction, but the object is here, he turns towards it. Or that he can't jump up walls anymore, which was a really weird bug. And I've worked a bit on the animation, but I will come to that later. Yeah, and there were some other smaller things I fixed. But now I've come to a big problem, which will need also a lot of work to fix. Animation in Unity is hard. It basically works with an animator where you connect different states. For example, if we say this is the idle state, then we have maybe here run and here jump. And to make it work, you have to connect them in all the different ways that they can be connected. That's kind of easy, but if you have a different state, like using powers, let's say using the pull power. In our case, that is broken up into 2 parts, pull and pull start, which is the startup animation for the pull, and then a constant looping animation for as long as you hold the pull down. So we have S pull also. We have these 2 just for the abilities. And if you want to connect these in a logical way, it becomes really messy, as you can see. So because we have a bunch of different states, we have running plus pull is in unique animation. So we have unique states for running plus pull, which have to connect it to all of them, and it becomes extremely messy. So I found a great tutorial that works around that, and I will be following that and using it to improve the game for us. but that will take a lot of work also. Because that is a big part again, I couldn't do it when I had not so much time. But I will show you the progress I've made now. So this is how the game looks now. To you it probably looks really similar to when I showed you the last time. But a few things have changed. You can already see that the character is moving, and the animations for the most part are working as they should. For example, when standing on a box, you don't have the falling animation anymore, and you do jumping and then falling. That was really buggy last time. And we have this animation isn't working. Okay, I need to fix that. But this one is. The pulling animation is working as intended, pushing not so much. I guess I messed up some of the transitions, which I also wanted to show you, because that is what I talked about earlier. This right here is animation hell. And I messed up one of these arrows, and it's all fucked, and it's really ugly, and this isn't even all. This is maybe half of the states we will use in the final game. So as you can see, it's not going to work like that. That is really way too convoluted. But I found this great tutorial here, which I will use to make this work as intended. And I've obviously fixed a few other bugs. For example, before you could just, you could just spam spacebar to jump on the side of a wall and jump up the wall, which you can't do anymore. And I've cleared up the target selection when there are more than one target on the screen, which still isn't perfect, but works at least a little bit better. And I've added a parallax scrolling effect for the background. As you can see, the houses and the sky scroll at different rates. I've worked on that a little bit, but it's still far from perfect. As you can see here, there are edges before it teleports, and I have to fix that. And yeah, also there should be more layers than just those two. The next few things I want to tackle in this game is fix the animations, then fix the parallax background, and then add on the core gameplay. And honestly, when these three things are done, I think the game is finished. At least from my part. Maybe I should fix the enemies. There's obviously level design and stuff like that that still needs adding, but that isn't my problem. So yeah, for me it's bug fixes, background, gameplay, and animations. And I will show you in the next update video how that went. So, on a quick note, what you can expect next year. About the same. I want a more regular update schedule, hopefully one update per week, but I can't guarantee that, because sometimes there will just be weeks where I don't work a lot, and then I don't have anything to do an update about. But yeah, just more regular uploads, and I hope you look forward to that, and I wish you all a great new year, and see you then.